called Beds on Sunday. Bedfordshire on Sunday. There's loads of paper in it. Mine is in the background. He found it. And it says here, it's a Steve Lowe article, can you see? Right, you can see. I'm going to read it to you. Because this is from a doctor, I think, Steve Lowe. Is Steve Lowe a doctor? I don't know. Get a grip. 1 minute swine flu is a pandemic that is going to sweep us all into an early grave. And next it's a mild illness. Some of us will not even know if we have it or not. The latest advice coming from some quarters is that schools should reopen after the summer holidays. Are they raving mad? First, if the idea is to keep kids away from each other, do people who dream up such plans really think this will work? The kids would merely congregate in the town centre or each other's bedrooms or outside chip shops. Second, when the economy is trying to dig itself out of a recession, it makes no sense to have working people being forced to take time off work to childmind, many of whom would no doubt be nurses and doctors. Third, children are going to be at far more risk of suffering if parents have to keep them off for an extended holiday. We should face up to the fact that it's not going to be possible to isolate people from one another, and if many of us are going to get swine flu as a consequence, then so let it be. Sadly, a few people may die, but overwhelmingly majority of us will not. This is true of all general flu, of a partaking of almost any human activity. So let us be a little more social and sensible about it. Perhaps they spelled that wrong. Social. They've spelled. Look. Can you see how they spelled social? S-T. You see S-O. I was like, what the fuck's that say? Social and sensible about it. Spelling error. And perhaps the experts could stop fostering panic. Surely that is the job of the newspapers, and some of them need a little enough assistance. So let's look swine flu in the eye and say, do your worst, but I'm not going into hibernation. Fuck me, what's wrong with my reading today? There are nearly 3/4 of the population suffering illness and injury caused by new technology. 4 in 10 people regularly suffer from a crick neck after making mobile phone calls while on the move. Guilty of propping the phone up between the ear and the neck. Mobile phone users are making a rod for their own back by talking to friends who are typing and walking and multitasking. Obviously not men. Then, a further 37% of Brits admit they put up with neck ache after lounging on a sofa in front of a telly for a couple of hours every night. That'll be the men. The poll also shows that rising the number of people playing computer games has led to injuries such as wrist strain. That will be the men who may be making excuses. Newfangled technology such as the Nintendo Wii is being held accountable for hundreds of injuries worldwide, and 36% of them say they feel uncomfortable after gaming. So fake reports is a tiring and phone of injury is a real thing. Working at a computer is responsible for what is this? This has nothing to do with fucking swine flu, is it? The last bit.
I think it's just trying to say that there are more serious things out there.
More serious, yeah, I suppose so. I can't bother to read the rest of that because it's just bullshit. But basically, in a paper, it's just like swine flu reaction is just pointless hysteria. Well, it is, but it's working, isn't it? I've got a fucking bit on my nose. It's a bit weird. So I haven't been up long.
Fucking up long.
I haven't been up long. It's so poor, right? Because I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Laura went to work. What time did she go to work yesterday? About 10 o'clock. And I sat up and Smiley's boyfriend watches Big Brother. And Big Brother to me is an Illuminati experiment to see how people react in different environments. It's kind of a brainwashing tool. It's how they learn to brainwash the nation. So because he watches it, I've been watching it as well with them, been in the room watching it, whatever else. So I watched it last night. But like after about 20 minutes I was like this. I didn't actually see the end. And I wasn't bothered, yeah? It wasn't like this hook in me that said, you have to watch the telly. It's like, yeah, I've been subjected to telly for about the last, how many months?
Only about 2.
2 months. Gaz watches a lot of telly, but luckily he doesn't watch mindless brainwashing. You know that he watches more sort of, come dine with me, come dine. That sort of
You
crap.
used to watch that before.
I never used to watch that when I lived in Redwood Grove.
No, you started when we come here though.
Yeah, because you put the fucking telly on.
Yeah, on a Sunday. And
You
that was
put the
only
telly
thing
on. Yeah, on a Sunday. It's an omnibus. You see the whole week.
Oh, was it?
An omnibus. The only other time I put the telly on is to watch the propaganda tool. You know, BBC News. You have to know what they're saying. Otherwise, it's better to interpret. Yeah, but I feel guilty putting on the news. when Gaz and you are here, when you want to watch some mindless bullshit in brainwashing.
I like to know what's going on every now and again. Obviously not 24 hours a day, but it's nice to...
I don't want the telly on 24 hours a day.
No.
I even know adverts. WeBuyAnyCar.com. 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 From £50 to 100 grand. WeBuyAnyCar.com. Any colour, any make, any size, any. Do you know what I mean? And the other thing, right? An advert from about 15 years ago. What was it? The red car and the blue car have a race. All Red wants to do is stuff his face. From trucks to prickly trees, he eats everything he sees. But good old Blue, he took the Milky Way. Da, 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 da. I don't know the next bit, and then it goes, oh no! The bridge is down! Red can carry on! But good old Blue, he took the Milky Way. Do you know what I mean? What's going on?
That's about 20 years
That's
ago.
a retro advert, and I think that's the only reason why I went, huh? It's like the old brainwashing still works. We need to... Nescafe, Nescafe. I've got some. What a way to start the day.
It's gold blend.
Isn't it time that you woke up to a richer, smoother tasting coffee at its best? We just thought we'd have a random vlog. It started off with a bit of a... Mr. Happy's over there. Look. Mr. Happy. Oh dear.
Mr. Happy in my pyjamas.
The weather's really nice actually. It's like a Yeah, this is on right now. America's Got Talent or something. Oh my god, right, no disrespect to Americans. Right, we've got the same show in England, haven't we? We've got UK Got Talent. It's all like that, it's so like, even the intro's like, so like, look at us, look, drama, look, it's so over the top, isn't it? Sorry, it's over the top, compared to it. But then again, there's an American comedian on telly last night taking the piss out of us British, right? Saying how an English reacts to something, you know, like, 9/11, the whole like obviously 9/11 is nothing like 7/7 in comparison to the size of it, right? It's the same sort of, right? And he's going on about how America's got this fear behind it, right? And how a year later they're like whatever. But the way the British deal with it, you know, the bus blew up on the bus stop. Well, it blew up that day, and the British were like, And the next day they're like all at the same bus stop waiting for the bus the next day. There was no drama afterwards, you know. People just carried on as normal the next morning. And how the Americans were like, you know, completely different in the way they react to it. And how Britain, like, when we're really pissed off or something, we just go, I'm going to write a letter. We don't say that a lot. I'm going to write a letter.
Make a nice cup of tea and write a letter.
That's what we do. We are so fucking stiff upper lip like that sometimes. That's the stiff upper lip bit, not the other bit. We don't like to sort of show any emotion about it. We're not like, oh my god, It's not like that. We don't. We don't have much drama like that, do we? We don't sort of express how... We're a very non-expressive nation. We don't express. I don't think we express, do you? We're sort of like... We're taught to sort of like, get on with it. Yeah. We just write letters. We're going to go now because I don't know how long we spoke for and it could be ages. And it's really about nothing. Well, it started off about swine flu, so I'm just going to... What should we call it? Swine flu and stuff. What the fuck is this? Some bloke with a fake tan singing some song about that sort of music. Just one cornetto, give it to me. Delicious ice cream from Italy. Delicious ice cream from Italy. Something like that, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway, we're going now. Woo, yeah. Right, we're going to go. Wave.
Bye.
Oh, we're both stoned, by the way. That might be why we're a bit random.